I think everybody has insecurities about their body. I definitely grew up being more muscular than your average female, so a lot of people bullied me for having bigger legs when that's not really something you can control.
I think in a lot of cases, women are told to, be really thin and just look beautiful all the time and worry about their appearance.
Strong women have a little bit more confidence, and confidence is beautiful.
The biggest promoter for MMA is the UFC. That's what everybody sees. And they have an extremely skewed projection of women.
I do consider myself a strong woman. I am very proud to have the muscles that I do and to do the sport of gymnastics, and I wouldn't want to change the way I look.
I started twirling when I was 6 years old, which is quite a long time considering I'm 21. I think there's a certain body type that baton twirlers have to pertain to. Baton twirling is an artistic sport and it involves a lot of dancing. And when you think of a ballerina, you think of somebody who's tall, thin frame, not as muscular. I do not think that I meet the stereotypical artistic baton twirler body type. I'm only 5'4", so I'm not tall. And I go to the gym and I train muscles, so I am muscular and I don't have the generic thin frame. It's definitely in the back of my mind more so than I think, but I try to push it out of the way, especially when I'm competing. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. People have said negative things about my body. I've gotten thunder thighs before, which obviously did not make me feel good. If somebody body shamed me now, I would show them exactly what my thunder thighs are capable of because I have the ability to do amazing things with my legs. So
I started when I started CrossFit. That was like the December 2013. Lifting was just fun for me, and it was fun to try and get better and try and get stronger. People can take me more seriously, and if I tell people that I lift, a lot of guys kind of laugh and think that's cute. But yeah, then I can tell them what I lift and then they take me seriously. When I started just weightlifting, a lot of people they think that the sport is just really big people, and a lot of people kind of told me, you're just gonna get really bulky, and I just said that's not what it's like, and that's not really what female athletes look like. I just think it's an unrealistic depiction of what women look like if they're athletic or fit. It just sets us up for being insecure and being unconfident growing up. It's a good route to get girls to just hate themselves and hate their bodies, which isn't how it should be.
I started gymnastics when I was about 5 or 6 years old. I had tons of energy and I was a pretty strong and powerful kid, and so I'd always be jumping off the furniture at home, and so someone suggested to my parents that maybe I should try gymnastics. It's a great sport and it looked like I was kind of built for that, and so they put me in it and I loved it ever since. I put in quite a few hours every single week. It's like a full-time job for me. My goals, I kind of take day by day. My primary goal is to try and be the best athlete that I can be. And then wherever that puts me in gymnastics, I'll be happy with that. My body type is very much, I'm a strong, powerful athlete, and in gymnastics, not all the athletes are like that. And so for me, it was a little bit tough at times when these younger girls who are maybe not as muscular as me, they're on the team and you kind of get compared to them a little bit, but I've always been happy with my body type, and my muscles and my body type is what allows me to do the level of gymnastics that I'm at, and it allows me to be able to succeed and have accomplished everything that I have. So I've always been happy with that, and I think that's what's gotten me where I am today. When I'm out there on the competition floor, I'm so focused on everything that I've worked towards in training every single day, and I'm so proud to be out there and be able to show off what I've been working on and show my routines and show my strengths. I think my biggest accomplishment so far in gymnastics was having the confidence and the support from my coaches here and my family and from myself to really go for my dreams and to try and push my limits to the highest level I could. It was an incredible experience going to the Olympics. It was always my dream as a child, and you never know if you'll get there or not. You just have to keep pushing for your dreams, and hopefully one day it will take you there. But it was the most incredible feeling going out onto the competition floor at the highest level of sport and representing Canada and having the maple leaf on your chest. I have never wanted to look like one of the women on a cover of magazines or on TV. I think society wants or pushes women to want to look like maybe those women on magazines or those women on the TV. I would say to any of the young women out there that you don't have to be a certain body type, you don't have to be skinny. If you have muscles, you're a different shape and size. It honestly doesn't matter. I do think strong women are beautiful. I think it's incredible what women can do and how they can push their bodies to be as fit and as strong as they are.
When I started kickboxing for the fun of it 3 years ago, I never really thought I would be competing in MMA. In grad school, I struggled with anxiety and depression, and I was recently diagnosed with ADD. So I think it really helps a lot of that sort of stuff. You're in very literal anxiety-provoking situations. You're getting crushed or choked or hit in the face, and being able to train myself to be calm in those situations, I think really helps me have the confidence that I can deal with things outside of the club as well. So as a confidence builder, it's been a huge thing. I've never really wanted to look like the really thin model type, body type. I've always had, broader shoulders, and so I think I always would have more envied athletic type bodies. Body image is a funny thing in MMA. For this past fight, I had to cut a little more weight than usual, so I was on sort of a strict diet and had to count calories, and you see how your body changes. And by the end of it, when I weighed in at 125 pounds, which is the lightest I've been since I was 13, I think, and I don't think it was a good look for me. It was too thin, and I knew I was only doing it for that period of time, and that was fine. But at the same time, it's hard to switch your brain off of getting a little bit obsessed with those numbers. Once you start gaining the weight again, it's hard not to sort of, think of that really cut thin body as the ideal. I really dislike that what most people know about MMA is the UFC, partly because of how they portray women, partly because they make their money off fans who want violence. So people have an assumption that when I say that I do MMA, they have this image that it's really, really violent, that we're trying to, really hurt each other. And that's not really what it's about. I mean, you can get injured, of course, it's part of the risk, but it's a lot less violent than people think it is. And especially as a woman, saying you do something violent like that, people are really put off by it. I've had people say to me honestly, I respect that you do that, but it makes me really uncomfortable to watch women beat each other up. Yeah, and it's hard to respond to that because, that's their natural reaction, that it makes them uncomfortable. But why? Think about why you are uncomfortable watching women beat each other up versus men when we're all athletes that put a lot of work into this. Training like this has made me love my body a lot more. I am, a lot more muscular. I am, I feel stronger, I feel better. I mean, I get comments still to this day about having like, man shoulders or something like that, or being, masculine qualities, which I personally really love about myself. Not necessarily because they're masculine, but they're the things that make me feel strong.
And what would you say to that if someone's like, oh, you have man shoulders? Like, what do you say?
Thank you.
So because I was born like missing my arms and legs, I've never known anything different. So when people say, how did you adapt to do this or different things, like to me, I don't see them as adaptions. I just see them as the way that I do something. So just like everybody does things slightly differently, my slightly is a little bit bigger, I guess. Growing up, my parents treated me the same way as my siblings, and I did all the things that my friends did or my siblings did, and I just figured out a way to do it. And if it was something that I absolutely could not do, then I did something else instead. Like I'm setting out to be some sort of like inspiration or anything like that, but I do think that if me just like doing the things that I want to do because I like them can help somebody, get over an injury or become, more content with their body or something, then that's great. Like that's just a great side effect of me just kind of doing the things that I wanted to do anyways. So I think it's awesome if people can see, one of my videos and say like, oh, maybe I could try that, and maybe I can, get up and not let this injury or my disability or whatever makes them different, not make them stop doing things. I mean, if you use media to give an example of what society is looking for, most people are looking for like thin women. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on looking fit or being fit and healthy.
Ideologies about female body types are constantly changing. Women should look the way that they want to and the way that they feel comfortable. I'm happy with the way that I look.
Being strong, both physically and mentally, is a big part of my identity. So yes, I strive towards that.
It teaches you to appreciate your body for its strengths and what it's capable of, as opposed to just its appearance and vanity.
Confidence is the most beautiful aspect, so if you can be comfortable in your own skin, that's going to show a lot more than if you're 5 pounds thinner.
I love my body type. I love the way I look, and I think being strong and being powerful and having muscles, it's such an amazing thing. I've never wanted to change. I'm always happy with what I am and who I am, and I'm very confident in my body.